Hello guys, welcome to the second episode of the campaign series with the witch, and we are in Act 2 now. So first thing I want to go ahead and do is go back to the town for Act 1 for a second, and I'm going to pick up some more gems. So first of all I would recommend grabbing Shield Charge, and then also grabbing Faster Attacks Support. We are going to be using these two gems for mobility once we require or get the required strength and dexterity. You can also, if you are having trouble surviving, you can also buy the Vitality Aura. I can just do it right now actually to show you, and then you can also use that. And then we go back to Act 2. And right here you can talk to the NPCs. They only have lore for now. However, I do want to look if Cruz right here has some nice items for us. Especially, maybe he has some nice gloves or a better chestplate. If you don't have a free link already, like right here or like this, you can buy one here. And then Yina also sometimes has some nice wands with plus level 2 fire gems, which would be very nice for our summon raging spirits. And now I'm going to go into the Riverways. Right here you can talk to Einar. He's going to follow you around for this area and hunt some beasts. You don't have to help him hunt the beasts, he's going to do that by himself, but you can if you want to. And then also I just picked up the Vitality right here. You can, again, it's an aura, you can just use it one time, and then it's going to reserve some of your mana, and for that you get permanent life regeneration, which should help you with survivability a bit. You just have to be a little bit careful. If you use too many auras, your mana does get quite low. And there's the first checkpoint. We are going to go ahead and follow the road to the next area. There's also an area up here, that's for later. There's an orb of transmutation, and we leveled up. Very nice. So I'm just going to go down here for now, and then move on. And here for these gaps, you kind of have to use your mobility skill, your Frostblink, to get over them. Otherwise you have to like go around, which is very annoying. Alright. Here in this area again we follow the road, next checkpoint. And be careful, these guys, they run at you and they explode. So as you can see, I took a huge hit there. And there's the checkpoint. Now I'm just going to, from the checkpoint, you can pretty much do either way, it doesn't really matter. I'm first of all going to follow the road a little bit more to finish up a quest from Act 1. Because in Act 1 there was a sealed off road, and we have to open the road again after I've killed these blue monsters. There's like a few guys guarding the key to the road, and we have to defeat them and open the road again. And this is the mini boss right here. He's very easy, doesn't have a lot of health. And as you can see, he dies very quickly. Now you pick up this emblem. This emblem right here, and click this, and now you've opened back up the door. Now just move back the road. And at some point you can move either right or left. I'm going to go right for now, because there's two things we want to do in this area. For one, there's a spider mini-boss we want to kill. And then there's also Alira, which is one of the 3 bandit lords. In this act we have to defeat 3 bandits and then go to like an ancient pyramid, if you can call it that. And there's Alira, the first one. I would, for this guide, just recommend you killing all of the bandits. There is a way where you can help one of the bandits and kill the other 2. I would recommend just killing all of them. You could get 15 to all resistances. I just like killing all of them. You get an extra passive skill point. You can also change your choice later. So if you want, you can take the 15 all elemental resistance for right now and then change it later. I just like to do it from the start. And then again, for bossing it's always the same. Place on your totem and then spam Summon Raging Spirits. Go. Pick up her amulet, any blue or rare loot she's dropped, and then we can go on. Here I'm just going to keep moving down here. And now on the other side, somewhere along this left side of the area, there should be the spider boss. So just keep looking until you find an area with cobwebs. And there's the entrance to the Weaver's Chamber. Okay. And here we again just search for the exit. Technically the entrance to the boss room. Also this area can get very tight if you are not careful, because there's like a lot of spiders coming from up above and you can get cornered very easily. If you get cornered, just use your movement skill, your Frostblink, to get out of there. Okay, another passive point. The next thing we are going to grab is down here a little bit of extra life to make us more tanky. Just gives us a nice survivability buff. And it's not this way, sadly. Now I don't know if it's up here or down there, so we will just have to find out. Also you can summon your zombies. I kind of don't do that a whole lot, because right now the zombies are not that strong. It's completely optional. The only thing you really need are your Summon Raging Spirits. That's your main damage and that's more than enough. Okay, we see the exit, that's great. And now for this boss right here, the Weaver. This can be a bit of a harder fight. Because the Weaver actually does quite a lot of damage. Just stay at a distance and she will disappear once she reaches half health. And then you just have to kind of fight her small spiders. And she can also slow you. Just move around as much as you can. And you should be fine. And she has disappeared. You can also use your flash offering. Just press the button on a corpse, it will consume the corpse, and then your minions get some extra attack cast speed. Nice buff for bossing. There's also nice life flask and mana flask. Pick that up. There we go. And now this might be a better weapon. I think I will use this for now. Put back in the zombie. Just some more damage. You don't really have to get a very good wand. It's the most scaling your damage is the minion level, so you just want to get as high of a level for your gem as possible, and that's what's going to make the most of a difference. Alright, back to the NPCs again, and now he will give you an overview of some gems you can get. I do believe for now, I don't really know if any of these matter for us at the moment. I'm just going to leave it here. Maybe you can pick some up later, but for now we don't really need any other gems. I'm just going to go on. And now you can either go up here. I'm going to go to the right. The old fields. Another level, that's nice. Then I think this is not the exit. Yeah, this is the den. You can go through the den and then kill a little mini boss there. Then a town NPC will give you like a belt or some other reward. It's a little bit quality of life. Especially if you don't have a belt right now, you can do it. I'm just going to head on. Now from this waypoint on, you're going to go down first. This is going to lead us to another passive point. And the Trial of Ascendency, I think. So we've already done our first Trial of Ascendency in Act 1 in the prison. And this is going to be either the second or the third, because in this act there's two, I don't know which one is second and third. We'll find out. And now I am noticing we actually also reached the requirements for our shield charge and our faster attacks. So we can use that right now. Just switch that around really quick. We want to link them together. Shield charge with faster attacks. And now we can dash around. That's very nice for movement. And once you find this area here, you can go into this shrine and just move on until you find the crypt. There we go. And here, as you can see, the Lord's Labyrinth. There's a Trial of Ascendency in this area, and we want to solve all of them. Because after we've done the first 6, we can ascend to a Necromancer, and that's a huge power spike. So here this is going to be another one of those like puzzle or trap areas. And as you can see, I just walked in the spike wheel for a bit and it's just fine. You can also take your time with these puzzles if you want to play a little bit safer. I can also just walk through. You can just press your life flasks and you are pretty much fine. They don't deal that much damage.
So that all may find you when the night.
And once you're done with it, just go into the other direction. Usually that's where the exit is. And the exit should take you to the Crypt Level 2. Okay, probably around here. Another level up. Get some more life. And it might be this way. Okay, probably not. Yeah, sometimes this area can be a little bit annoying because the paths... usually it's only one path leading to the right exit in this specific area, and all of the other paths kind of lead to dead ends, which is kind of annoying. And there we got an Orb of Alchemy. Orbs of Alchemy are like very nice actually, because they allow you to upgrade a normal item to a rare item. I can actually show you that right now. Just with this helmet. You use it on them and now it's rare. Get some extra stats. And just use it on whatever items you find that you want to use. Maybe you find a normal item with good sockets, but you want some stats on it. You can just use an Orb of Alchemy if you find it. Very, very nice. Okay. Now I don't know if we can reach the exclamation mark over here. I don't think so. So we will probably have to go down there. It's fine. And here, there's a mini-boss. You don't have to fight him. He's optional. You just have to get this golden hand. And then you can just leave. I'm going to fight the mini-boss. Maybe he drops something nice. He didn't drop anything. Okay. Go to character selection, log back in. And you will be in town. Now I can talk to Yina. She's going to give you a quest reward. This is another passive point and some respec points. Right here, grab some life. Very nice. And now I will check again. Now this is very nice. She has a minion wand. These only spawn from level 20 on, I think. Or as you can see, they require level 20 at least. I am going to buy this for now anyways. And now you could have also, if you had on Orb of Alchemy, you can use it on the Calling one right here, which is very nice. I still have the Essence from the crab in Act 1, if you remember, the Dwell of the Deep. And this also upgrades a normal to a rare. And I got some fine damage. This is actually okay, just to make it a little bit more powerful. And now I'm going to sell the rest of the items that I don't need. Very nice. The next thing is we are going to go back to the Crossroads right here. And now we are moving up. And there's the next area. This is the Chamber of Sins. In this area will be another Trial of Ascendency, or in the level 2 at least. Right now we have to find the middle. And there you can already see the waypoint. And for this area there is a little trick how you can find the exit a bit quicker. You can just, when you see the waypoint, it will always be in this room with the device in the middle, and you go into the direction where the waypoint is pointing. So I'm going to go down here, and there's the exit. And in this area is the next Trial of Ascendency. So we have to find the trial and the exit. Usually you can see the trial when you find this book icon on your minimap. That's usually the trial. It can also be some lore, because the lore of the game is actually in books as well. There's like some books scattered across the map where you can read the lore if you want to. Okay, that's not the right way. And here again, you can just heal through the traps. You can also do the puzzles correctly. Just depends on how safe you want to do it. And then go to the back again and move out. Next we are looking for the exit. And since there's a random book right here, this seems to me like this is the exit. I'm just going to go down and hope that it connects this way. Which it does. Very nice. And now there's Helena, and she's been attacked by this boss we are going to fight. Right there. He does a lot of damage, so just don't get into melee range. Stay at ranged and just spam your minions. And he's going to die like that very fast. Now you've defeated the boss of the area, you can just exit to character selection again, log back in, and you're in town. There we go. Now here, he's going to give you a selection of gems. I think the best right now is probably Desecrate. I'm going to pick this right here. We don't need it right now, we might need it later, but this can spawn some corpses which we can consume, which is especially nice for boss fights where you don't have any monsters you can kill for the corpses. Also I'm going to put some of the stuff I don't need right now into my stash. And there's also, I have this currency tab. If you're a new player you might not have it, you can just put your stuff in here. For me it automatically gets put into the currency stash.
Hello.
And sell the rare items. Alright. And now talk to Yina again and check if she's got any nice ones. If these are better than the ones you currently have, you can always buy one of the minion ones. And now we are going to go back to the Crossroads. Here we are fighting the next boss, the next Bandit Lord. This is going to be Kraityn, I think. Also, I do... Okay, I think it's actually in the next area. But there's sometimes some unique enemies that you can kill, and these can drop some nice loot. Okay, I think it's in this area right here, possibly. Here you again just want to follow the road, grab the waypoint, and then move on. And there we go, over the bridge, and there will be the boss fight. Okay, so here I'm going to choose to kill him again. As I said, you can also kill 2 bandits and help one. It can be nice, but as I said, like to just get the passive points. And he's dead already. Go back to character selection, because we want to go back to town. And now the last bandit we have to kill is in this area. Right here. We just go up to the wetlands. This is going to be Oak. He's always in the middle of this area, or somewhere around the middle. There we go. And he's just going to jump around a bit. You can just spam your Summon Raging Spirits. And he will die. And now we have all the 3 Bandit Lords defeated. So we can move on to the next area, which will be up here. Somewhere around the top of this area, there's a waypoint. There we go. And here are the tree roots. I think we have to go back to town once more and give this to Aramir. Yeah, there we go. And he's going to give us the Apex. Now we can move on. Go to the Wetlands. Here I'm going to grab some extra minion life. And for this area there's actually quite a few like loadouts this area can be in. This area is very big, so the loadouts can be like kind of hard to learn. However, I will try my best to explain it a little bit. I'll give you at least some cues that you can remember for how to navigate this area. So there's the first one. This symbol on the map right here, this is an altar of corruption. And once you see that, actually I'm kind of moving around it. Yeah. So you want to really be at this altar, and once you have found this, you know you are going the right way. And from here, just try to move on into the opposite direction, usually of the entrance. There's also loadouts where you have to go in like a snake pattern, but this one is very nice, the one we got right here. And once you have this ancient seal, that's like the transition to the next area. Here I'm going to take this minion life and regenerate life per second. And the next node we are going to be grabbing is also minions regenerate. I think it's leech actually. Yeah, to make our zombies especially, because our zombies die quite easily. To make them survive a bit longer. We don't have to resummon them every area. Okay, I'm going to spawn some more zombies. The limit is 5 for now. Seems like. And then for this area you just want to stay at the sea. Stay at the right side of the area. And move up. And then there's one exit, this is the wrong one. You have to keep moving up. There we go. And now we are in the Caverns. For this area, this is usually like a big U-turn to get down to the ancient pyramid, where we will fight the end boss of this act. Okay, that's a lot of monsters. Get our zombies back and move on. And soon we should see the entrance to the pyramid, the waypoint. And now the next node I'm going to grab is right here. Minions recover 5% of life on minion death. So because our summon raging spirits, we can have like 20 of them, and they will die all the time. Every time these small summon raging spirit minions die, our big zombies recover some percent of their life, which keeps them alive a lot longer. And we drop the Chaos Orb. Chaos Orbs are the primary trading currency. This is very nice. I will also include a trading link in the Path of Building. For the campaign, you will probably not need any gear from the trade site. I will include like some uniques that can make the campaign a bit easier. But especially later for the mapping, I will definitely recommend you buying some items from the trade site, because it just makes life a lot easier. Okay, so I don't know if this is the exit. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's multiple different doors in this area sometimes, because the different levels of the pyramid are actually quite close to each other. So let's check, but this actually does seem to be the exit. Very nice. So this is the ancient pyramid. For this area, this is always kind of like a square, and you can always expect the entrance to be on one corner, and the exits will also be in one of the four corners. So right now the exit is either up here in the right or up there, like diagonally from the entrance. Okay, so it is diagonal. Perfect. Yeah. Back accidentally. And usually here it's diagonal again. Usually it's just best to just go through the area diagonally, because sometimes you also see at the edge of your screen if the exit is in the right or the left corner. But here it was always diagonal. I think we have to go all the way around. I don't know if this connects. Okay, so another passive point. I'm just going to go here, and here minions gain attack and cast speed. That's very, very nice. Alright. And this is the Pyramid Apex. This is already the boss of this act. There's also a crafting recipe. Always be sure to click on them. They are very nice for crafting later on. And I'm seeing that we can also use our minion wand. We are level 20 now. I'm just going to swap those around really quick for some extra damage. Sadly we don't have our zombies anymore, however this boss does spawn some monsters, so we can revive some. And this boss has like some attacks that are a little bit annoying. The most annoying one is when he kind of like throws stones from the ceiling. You have to watch out for that and just dash out of it usually. He can also like throw this cold debuff on the ground. If I stand in it, it's going to do damage. Just don't stand in the cold debuff. And then he also has a laser attack, but I think he's actually going to die before he's able to do it. So that was a very easy fight. As I said, the build is especially nice for new players because you don't really have to think too much. You can just spawn your minions right here, they do the damage, and then you can focus on dodging and staying at a distance. So this is the final boss of Act 2, and now we are in the transition zone to Act 3. Just have to help Clarissa right here. She's going to be attacked by some Blackguards. There she is. And we have to save her. There we go. Now you have to talk to her. And then we can move on to the next town. The Sun Encampment. Alright. And now you can move around here to the waypoint. And this was Act 2. Okay, so this wraps out this episode of the beginner series. And I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've learned something. I hope you were able to follow everything in this guide. And then next time we are going to be continuing with Act 3. If you liked this episode, consider liking and following. And then if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I answer every comment and I try to help everyone. And then see you in the next episode, hopefully. Thank you and goodbye.